Hi there. Okay, so following a video that I posted on TikTok where I was making a Grinch face mask, I had a lot of inquiries about it and I was asked to do a tutorial. So I did a 1-minute tutorial on TikTok and I was asked for a slower version of it, or a full tutorial. So I posted that here on YouTube. And so that mask was just a standard pleated mask. I use one solid piece of fabric, and the way it's folded and pleated, it creates a pocket in the back where you can add additional filter if you'd like. And then the elastic, it has like a loop around here, so when you adjust it, then you can just turn the elastic to tuck the knot into the little channel. So that was that video. And then I posted another video where I was just making some masks for my mom, and I was asked for a tutorial on that. So that version of it is just the fitted mask. So this is the style that it still does have a pocket inside. If you'd like to add additional filter, I just pop that up. Anyway, so there's a filter pocket, and it fits over the nose and just about under the chin and covers the cheeks, and then again it has the little channel for the elastic to go through, so you can adjust it and then just slide the knot into the channel so it's tucked away. I won't try this one on because it's for my mom, but it does just fit over the nose, under just about to the chin, and it curves around the nose enough on its own, so I don't always add an additional nose wire, but you can if that's what you prefer, but it doesn't steam up the glasses on its own like this. The pattern, I got the pattern for this from craftpassion.com, and it has the men's size and then a women and teenager size, and then I think it had the youth, but I didn't use that one. But the difference in the two sizes, the men's is on the back and the women's is on the top. It's only, I think it's only about a 1/4 inch difference. So like I have a fuller face, I use the men's, but I've also made myself the women's size, and it fits just the same. It's only about a 1/4 inch difference. So you can go to that website if you want to look for the template. It's craftpassion.com, and this is just called the Pocket Face Mask Template. I cut them out on cardstock, that way they're pretty durable, and you probably can't see all the pinholes in it, but I use it quite a bit. Anyway, so the one that I'm going to do for my tutorial here, very simple tutorial. I don't do these often, so there's not going to be a lot of editing, but let's try this. So for the outer fabric, there are two pieces of the template. This is the outer or the main fabric, and this is the lining. So the lining is just a little bit smaller, and then the way that you fold it in, it makes that pocket. So for my outer fabric, I'm going to use this United States Air Force fabric that I got on Etsy. And then for the inner liner, I'm going to use blue. Sometimes I do use the same fabric inside and out, but for sake of showing up on the camera well, I'll use the coordinating colors. So for the main fabric piece, I have the fabric here, it's just doubled over. I know there's better ways to lay it out, and I always do save my fabric as much as possible. This one, it's a weird shape, so I'm going to wind up with some weird pieces cut out. Anyway, so if there's a design on the fabric, and this is, you know, basically the cheek area, nose area, if possible, I try and line it up so that it gets a good image on it. And on this side, I can see that the emblem will be right in the kind of cheek area. It has a lot of good words on here. It says U.S. Air Force, and on the back side, it'll line up well also. So I'm just going to do a quick pin on here just to tack it in place. And if you use I know there's so many ways to cut out fabric, so if you use the rotary cutters on your mat, you can do that. Make sure if you also have your sharp fabric scissors, Now there's a lot of like either electric or cordless rotary cutters. I have this one also. It's a Singer. I think I last charged it about 3 years ago and I haven't had to charge it yet. I'm not kidding. Anyway, so whatever you want to use to cut out your fabric, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out with the scissors. So this is just the template for the lining. This piece, I've used it for so many weird things and it's all different ways cut out, so that's why it's at an angle here. Okay, so the pieces are all cut out. Just unpin it. Unpin it. So this is the outer side. We're going to go ahead and do the stitch on this the face part. So of course you're going to go ahead and match the two printed sides together, or I guess the outer sides matching. And then we're going to sew right along this side. And then we're going to do the same for the liner. You're going to go ahead and sew, kind of hard to see. You're going to go ahead and sew just right along here as well. And before I start, a lot of people ask me about this little scrap of fabric that I have in here. I have always just called it an anchor. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I'm also being told from TikTok videos, commenting on my videos, that they're called, I think, like leaders and enders. Basically, it's just under the presser foot. It's already got some stitches in it because, as you may be aware, sometimes if you don't have that and you're about to start sewing, once you start the machine, sometimes it kicks the fabric right out of the needle and you wind up having to, rethread it. I understand you can just hold the threads here at the end, or a lot of machines, rethread it automatically. This is an older machine. It's a Singer solid state, heavy duty. Doesn't have that feature yet, so I've always just used this little, I guess, anchor. And so that way when I'm ready to start sewing, I just start sewing and I do the, depending on, if it's an actual project, I go ahead and do the back stitch and then the back stitch at the end. Okay, so once you've done your seam, I believe it's about a 3/8 inch seam. Because it's a curved area, you want to go ahead and snip just little lines. Don't snip through your seam, but just do little snips along that curve. That way when you turn it inside out, it'll lay down smooth. If you don't, it winds up oddly shaped. And do the same on your liner. Just do little snips just right close to the seam. I know some people maybe do little V cuts. Some people, will use the pinking shears and automatically do a little zigzag, whatever is your preference. And then we'll do it on this side. You can go ahead and turn it inside out, and you can iron flat the inside. I forget what the word is. Anyway, this right here, you can go ahead and iron it flat. That way when it is on the face, it lays nice and flat. So when your liner is sewn here, go ahead and open it up with the sewn edge, facing up. Doesn't really matter, but you're going to use the back side of your fabric. On the edge, go ahead and fold it in about 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch. And then just press it. And then do the other side. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, and press it. And we're going to go ahead and sew that edge down. And And do the other side. What I like about using these anchors also is that when you're clipping it right close to your project, and so you don't have all these little stray threads. All those little stray threads wind up on this thing, and you can always toss it and get a new piece later. Anyway, so the lining is done now. I just realized I missed a fold. Sorry about that. Okay, now it's better. I don't need that. Okay, so once your liner has been sewn on the face portion and then you fold it in twice on the edges, go ahead and fold, I guess, turn inside out. So this is the pretty side of the fabric, and put that up against the pretty side of your fabric of your liner, or of your main. And then if you use clips or needles, whatever your preference is, you're just going to line up that top edge. So this is the nose portion, this is the cheek. So you're just gonna line up the top portion of it. Do the other side, make sure it's lined up well. And then on the bottom side, so see, this is the nose portion, turn it upside down. The bottom side, just line up the seams again. And then go ahead and either pin or use your little sewing clips. And once I'm done, I'll show you what it all looks like pinned. Okay, so this is what it looks like pinned. This is the nose portion, and it's all just pinned. So now what we're gonna sew is we're gonna sew over across the nose to the side from liner to liner, and then we're gonna do the same on the bottom, all the way across the bottom from liner edge to liner edge. And for these edges, I'm sticking with about a 3/8 seam. Okay, so it's now been sewn along the top and along the bottom. From here, on this curved part, you can go ahead and do your little clips again, so that when you flip it inside out, it has a good shape. Okay, so once it's been clipped, just go ahead and turn it all inside out. Go ahead and pop out all the edges, that way you can start seeing what the shape of it is. So basically, before I iron it flat, basically this is going to be the shape of the mask. It looks a little bit weird right now, but anyway, so from here, just go ahead and put it face down, push out all your seams, make sure all your edges are nice. Once you have it all done, go ahead and steam it down. Give it a nice crisp steam. So this edge right here, you should have about a 1/4 inch or so that'll fold over, and this is gonna fold in later to create a channel for your elastic again, but I won't get too ahead of ourselves. Okay, do the same for the other side. Again, just push your finger in there, push out all the seams so they're nice and flat. Give it a good steam. For the bottom edge as well. Okay, and then one last time you're going to fold over. This outer part here is where your elastic little channel will be created. So for this, I just fold it over. I think it's about a 1/4 inch or so, and then fold it over another 1/4 inch. And don't cover up this pocket right here. So I fold it over about a 1/4 inch, and then I do another, it's hard to see backwards, 1/4 inch or so, and we're gonna sew on this outer lining across, so it's still gonna leave this little pocket here. Let's redo that. Okay, go down, go all the way across the bottom, and I'm probably doing about, I guess it's just called like a top stitch or an edge stitch. It's very close. So once I get to this side, I'm going to fold it and fold it. Go just right to the edge, turn it, and go down the outer lining fabric. Pivot along the top. Okay, and that's it. Now I just need to put the elastic in it, but this is the men's size face mask, fitted face mask. And then see where we sewed that edge? It leaves a pocket on both sides. And then to run our elastic through, I use this tool called a bodkin. I bought it at Hobby Lobby. It's got a little hook at the end. So when you push it through the fabric and then you pull it out, it closes this little clasp and it won't catch any extra threads. So just use your bodkin tool and push it through, put in your elastic, pull it out, I just got caught, and tie off your elastic. So that's it.